Hi, Gemini. I'm Ronique, and welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to your mid-January through mid-February career reading for 2025. This is where we're going to look at your finances, your job. Where is it that you want to level up, possibly in your career, change careers, possibly go back to school? This is a great way to tap into the energy. Now, if you haven't watched those January, I would say it was the mid-December through mid-January career readings, I will leave the link below. All of that energy definitely transitions into this time. So great time to look back at those as well. All right, Gemini, we have a continuing energy of big moves here. We will have Venus and Mercury entering Pisces in February. We will have Uranus move direct in Taurus. We will also have the nodes changing of the moon into Pisces and Virgo from Aries and Libra, where we have been for 18 months. We will have a lunar new year of the wood snake. And in you all sign, we will have Jupiter moving direct in Gemini. So lots going on over these next 28 to 30 days. So let's start off in mid-January. You start off with the Page of Pentacles, as well as the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Last week of January finds you with the Eight of Wands in reverse, and the Death card. Scorpionic energy there in reverse. Major Arcana. Third week, or I should say first week in February, Strength card. Major Arcana in reverse. As well as the King of Pentacles, also in reverse. Mid-February finds you with the Moon card. Piscean energy there, as well as the Five of Wands. So possible conflicts for you, Gemini, by the time you get to mid-February. But before we attach any outcome, let's go ahead and pull all our cards. Spirit, if you can send my Geminis a card representing the energy that they bring into mid-January through mid-February in their career. This would have been back in December or possibly the beginning of January. And you have Nine of Wands, but in the reverse. So Nine of Wands is that sign of so tired, so worn down, just trying to get to the finish line. And I do think for many of you all during possibly the end of 2024 and even coming into 2025, you all have been thinking about where is it that you want to end a cycle and possibly move into a new cycle. But with this in reverse, it is suggesting that you're still not done. There's still more work to be done. But Spirit is telling you that this time, look at it from a different view. And so I do think that's going to be really important for you, Gemini, is that especially when Jupiter moves direct in your sign, making sure the communication is kept to a point that's actually doable and you're not overdoing yourself, where there's not too many cooks in the kitchen having conversations about you, etc. So let's ask Spirit to send you an oracle message. Spirit, can you send my Geminis an oracle message? And you have Six of Earth. Six of Earth is always a beautiful card to receive during a career reading. And it says gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, receiving a loan, or paying off debts. So for many of you all, Gemini, this will be a time of you being able to pay back some loans, possibly get a new career or a new job. I do think for many of you all, that could be signified right there mid-January. So let's go ahead and look at where possibly this gift of money, time, or effort finds you. So check the description box below. I have all these important dates. Mid-January, we're going to start off with the sun entering Aquarius. Now, during this time, I do think that for many of us, Pluto moving into Aquarius, which happened last November, this is a new spot for everyone. So we have not experienced this energy. And I do think that a few days later, when the sun is conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, This could bring karmic events, group resources, investments, cleansing of old patterns. Some of you all are going to get new news about an opportunity to either apply for, or you could hear back from an employer. You could actually hear back from someone that you had kind of like forgotten about, and you were like, ugh, they're never gonna, even look at my application. Or some of you all will possibly hear back from an old boss or someone who is interested in talking to you about a new opportunity coming up. So this is really nice to see. And I do think that once we get to January 27th, when Mercury enters Aquarius, this is going to be more communications, possibly with a bigger group of people. You may be called back for a second or third interview. That's what I just heard. So be prepared for that, especially if you're someone who's looking for a job. And if you're someone who is good with your employment now, this also could be new clients or new opportunities coming in for you that you were not expecting. Now, by the time we get to the last week of January, the Death card and Eight of Wands, both in reverse, I do think this is signaling something around needing to end a cycle, but you haven't yet. I think it's piggybacking off of that Nine of Wands that you had at the beginning of the year or end of 24. This is when we have Venus entering its retrograde shadow, and then it's a big day on January 29th. Aquarius new moon, which is the starting of the lunar new year, and the nodes of the moon move into Pisces and Virgo. So Gemini, if you have any placements in your birth chart around Pisces and Virgo, this could be a big time. And I do think that many of you will have so much on your plate that Spirit is telling you to let it go. I do think some of you are having challenges with letting it go. And I do think that Mercury conjunct Pluto in Aquarius on the 29th could bring some event that causes you to let go of whatever this was or is. And Uranus direct in Taurus also could bring unexpected news around your career, your money. Maybe you need to fire a client. Something here you need to let go of, okay? Okay. Now, by the time we get into the first week of February, February 3rd is the big day where it's a positive day for your career. Mercury in Aquarius trines Jupiter in Gemini. This could bring optimism, open-minded conversations. We will also have Mars retrograde squaring Chiron in Aries, so just watch your temper during this time. Someone could have conversations with a boss, a higher up, an important client. Watch your words here. Make sure you have enough strength to be able to maybe bite your tongue or not get into big discussions with those with power. Or if this is you who has power, be careful of how you convey yourself, talk to others. I do think on the 4th, Jupiter direct in your sign, Gemini, is going to be big for communication, not only just for you, but for the collective. So watch conversations that are going on, and then Venus enters Aries on that same day. I do think, Gemini, this is going to be interesting with that King of Pentacles, because with it in reverse, it is suggesting that someone in power could use their power in maybe a way that is either belittling to people or just making people feel like they have little power. So just watch yourself in that first week of February. And I think that Jupiter in Gemini has really great effects for communicating, but sometimes it's too much communication or people just kind of talking out the side of their neck, like I like to say. So just be prepared for that possibly beginning of February. Now look, what I just said about people talking out the side of their neck. I will say once we get to mid-February, when we have Sun conjunct Mercury in Aquarius, this is conversations with groups, figuring out whether or not you still want to remain in these groups. And I do think that by the time we get to the 10th and 11th, Sun in Aquarius squares Uranus in Taurus. So unexpected money news could come in. We have a Leo full moon on the 12th. I do think something around here is suggesting everything is not conveyed the way that you thought it was going to be, or possibly people are almost making up their own version of what the truth is or what the information is. And it feels like by the time Mercury enters Pisces on the 14th, many people could be like in their feelings around this news. And this moon card is that Piscean energy. So Mercury entering Pisces around this time, just watch your feelings, watch communication. Don't pass on information that you don't know is actually true. This to me feels like group chatter, almost like gossiping at work. That's what I'm feeling here. So just watch that. I do think that if you can keep to yourself or just keep important information to yourself, it will be vital. So Gemini, I think this is going to be a really good time for you in January, because it feels like some type of movement is occurring. If you have put in a job application or you are looking to change careers here, there's something new coming in January. But then once you move into February, and especially once Jupiter goes direct in your sign on February 4th, it does feel like there's too many conversations going on. Much of them may not be factual, and Spirit just wants to remind you to focus more on the good stuff that's coming in, as opposed to people kind of just like making up their own conversations. So I hope that's helpful for you, Gemini. Take a look at your sun, moon, and rising signs in this video series, and I'll talk to you later.